A good LinkedIn profile can help you land passive job offers, enhance your professional reputation, and help you connect with people who can make a difference for you. A bad LinkedIn profile means you're more or less invisible, which is why in this video I'm going to explain exactly how to make your LinkedIn profile stand out and why recent changes to LinkedIn's algorithm means something super specific for your profile. Let's jump in. Your LinkedIn profile picture determines whether someone will click on your profile, and it needs to do three things. 1. Be a close-up. Your face should take up around 30 to 60% of the space in the circle. Any lower than 30% and you feel kinda distant, but any more than 60% and it can feel a bit intense. Second, your face needs to be well lit, so this rather than this. A top tip here if you're photographing yourself, face a window rather than having your back to one, because that soft natural light falling on your face makes a huge difference. And third, try and minimize background clutter. It's distracting, and you can use Canva or AI to change your background. The key is to select a profile picture mindful of what you're using your LinkedIn profile for. So if you're applying to an investment banking job, then a suit and tie is the way to go. But if you're using it to showcase your furniture making business, then I want to see some of your furniture in the picture with you. Now, whenever I sit down with clients to review their LinkedIn profile with them, I normally score them on 3 different metrics. The extent to which their profile shows competence, likability, and influence. I then ask my clients if the scores I've given them reflect their own understanding of what they want their profile to be communicating, and if it doesn't, then what can we do to fix that? I think it's a really useful exercise for you to do with your own profile, which brings us neatly to point 2 of how to make your profile stand out. Your banner picture. So if your profile picture is responsible for them clicking, then your banner essentially confirms their click or reassures them that they're in the right place. A good banner picture, if you're an actor, could be a still from a performance, which would score well for competence and influence, and if you're a student, maybe a project you were part of, so being on the student racing team. But it doesn't just have to be an action shot. There are other approaches too. Say you're a rapper on LinkedIn, you're probably on that platform to make connections with music industry professionals. You probably want to lean into influence more than competence or likability. So maybe go with a banner picture of people queuing to meet you, maybe to get something signed. The key when it comes to your profile is to understand who you're targeting and what message works for them. Oh, and top tip, your banner changes position if a person's viewing your profile on mobile versus desktop, so be mindful of that. 3. Your headline sits right underneath your name, and done well, it draws the reader into your profile so that they can read more about you. And also, it's one of the few bits of information they can see when you send them a connect request, which makes it very, very important. So what works best when it comes to headlines? Well, it depends on what you're using your LinkedIn profile for. Say you're searching for jobs as a full stack developer, then probably you want that to be in your headline. But other types of headline work really well too. This from a political commentator is great at being precise and still shows the breadth of her professional areas. And I also like this totally different approach that creates intrigue. Visitors may want to click on this profile simply to understand how this person can help them, while other examples of good headlines focus on what matters to that person specifically. You might have seen this approach too, it's pretty common. It leans hard into signaling competence, and a little bit of influence too, I'd say. All of these examples work well for different reasons, which means there's no one size fits all for headlines, but there are 2 things that your headline must not do. Number 1, be too long. When I see this kind of headline, I feel low-key overwhelmed. But when I see this, I feel calm and I want to read further. So keep your headline to a maximum of 8 words. Second, confused or mixed messaging. Your headline needs to be simple. Which brings us to another critical section of your LinkedIn profile. The About section is where you get to include more detail, and I recommend elaborating around your skills. Here are 2 examples. Example 1, you're a student who's maybe targeting engineering roles. You should get 5 job adverts for engineering roles you like the look of, make a tally of the skills they ask for, and then take the top 3 skills from that tally and integrate those skills into your About section, maybe in relation to a project you've done. And to really help the algorithm, scroll down and you'll see a chance to nominate the top 5 skills from that tally you made. And you definitely want to do this because it maximizes your chances of being found since recruiters search on skills. Example 2, you're an experienced professional, so you can talk a little bit about your work in a couple of different ways. Number 1, again, integrating the key skills into how you're describing your job. And this person does a really good job of that, mentioning DCF modeling, market research, and transaction support, so that a potential recruiter gets an idea of how this person could help them. And second, making it accessible to a non-expert audience. It's critically important that recruiters can understand what job you're doing. Now, by all means, feel free to get ideas from other people's profiles in your sector. I've found this a really helpful way for me to understand how I could best populate my About section, but bear in mind that your objective for being on LinkedIn is probably different from that other person, so definitely make it your own, which leads us very naturally to the crucial changes LinkedIn have made to their algorithm and why it matters to your LinkedIn profile. By 2026, LinkedIn had finished making huge changes to how recruiters find your profile. Before, recruiters would just do a basic word search on a particular skill, say Python, and that would return anyone who had that word on their profile, with mixed results. But now, LinkedIn's got sophisticated. It uses AI to understand your skills in 2 different ways. First, context. LinkedIn sees certain skills naturally fitting together. So Python, SQL, and data visualization often cluster around data analyst roles. So if a recruiter searches for data analyst, LinkedIn shows not only people who have that on their profile, but also who have the relevant cluster of skills that match that job description. And second, LinkedIn's skills ontology. LinkedIn maintains a structured map of over 38,000 skills, which their algorithm uses to figure out which skills are synonymous, related, or hierarchical. LinkedIn judges your skill level by seeing how those skills are distributed around your work experiences, even taking skill endorsements into consideration, e.g. who's upvoted you for certain skills. Now, I know this is a lot of information, so let me summarize what this means for your profile. First, don't just list skills. Instead of adding 50 random skills to your profile, ensure your skills connect closely to job descriptions you're targeting and integrate those skills in and across your work history. And if you're a student, make sure those skills that you're targeting in job descriptions that you like the look of are featured maybe in your degree, in your college, in your school project. 2. Cluster skills. If you're a project manager, include as much as the full cluster of related skills as you have, e.g. risk management, budgeting, stakeholder management, etc., rather than just project management. LinkedIn considers your profile as a whole when deciding whether to show it to recruiters or not, so make sure it tells a reasonably consistent story about you. Keep your profile picture simple and professional. Have a banner that confirms the viewer's click, a headline that draws the reader in, and an About section that emphasizes skills required in roles that you're targeting, repeating those skills in your experience and education sections. And so now you have everything you need to make your LinkedIn profile truly stand out. I'm kind of excited about what you're going to do with yours. And if you want me to give you a little bit of feedback, be sure to include a link to your profile down below. I'd be delighted to see what you create. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. I'll catch you next time.